All right, so once we move on from the town square, you'll notice the music is changing. And that's because this is the castle. Let's go ahead and check it out. We'll just go straight up. As you can see, multiple entryways. We'll be checking them out, but, you know, for now, it's kind of important that we report what happened to the king, so we'll probably just take care of that first. Some weird cameras inside these castles. Anytime you've got a lot of rooms like this, they choose to just go with this straight top-down camera, which can be a little tricky to kind of find your way around and tell exactly where you are. Like, if you look here, you know, you can see there are 2 green arrows to my left, and one of them is kind of hard to see because you have to go up these stairs and then up these stairs, and that'll take you to it. We can also go around this way. I think, there we go. Yeah, there's a Stardust over here too. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff even over here. We can head out this way. I don't remember if there's anything over here we need. I know I just said it was important to report to the king, but, you know, we got sidetracked. It happens. We can go down here. There might be a treasure chest, I think. Yeah, we can go ahead and grab this. And an active ring. I wonder what that is. I wonder, it might be like status protection. I'm not sure. Yeah, avoids dispiriting. So, you know, if you know what that does, it'll avoid dispiriting. Maybe prevents magic. Like, I'm actually not 100% sure myself. It's not really something you run into super often, so. Alright, so now this time for real, let's actually head up the steps. Alright, here we are. This looks like the phone room. And of course, you can tell right away that King Albert is a cool dude, because he doesn't stand up and, like, you know, demand any kind of formality. He's just like, oh, Lavitz, I was uneasy. Like, yeah, he's a cool guy. Please make yourself comfortable. See, this is a good king already. I like this guy. Noish. That's noish, noish. I don't know. Yep, of course, retell our adventures in hell in a prison. Tell me if you need anything. All right, now we're in with the king. This is where things get good. Well, Dart's got something in mind already. Possible to take care of Shauna in this castle. Uh-oh. Trying to dump her off here. I can walk next to Dart. Well, you're talking to Dart. You don't really need to say his name. Oh, well. Well, all right then. Bit of a proclamation, but King Albert also chimes in and say we can't leave her here. It mentions the dragon. And it says we can't even defend the castle if the dragon were to attack it directly, so she's not really safe here either. And even King Albert's like, come on, you know how she feels, right? Ask a question to Minister Noish. I just like saying his name, Minister Noish. I'm gonna mention the Black Monster, of course. I remember this was brought up in our little cutscene there in the shack in the prairie. Tagged to Neat 18 years ago, where he was, of course, a survivor. And he was chasing after it, never quite found it. Unfortunately, there's hardly any information left. Even the minister to the king doesn't quite know too much about him. So here's a little bit, this isn't too helpful, one of those real cryptic things. Black Monster is called the devil that disobeyed the great existence and is also known for devouring the god. Well, thanks, that helps. 11,000 years ago. mention the Dragon campaign, which is something we haven't heard about yet. So instead, he's going to tell us the story of a Dragon campaign. So sit back, relax, and let's let Minister Noish take over.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
So there we go, a little bit of backstory there about the Dragon campaign, just kind of a, historical thing to keep in your mind about the world. So the Black Monster apparently appeared after the Dragon campaign, maybe the two were related, so, learning about one may tell us something about the other, right? Looks like we got another report. It's time for the war meeting. So, of course, the king is all nice and says the castle's quiet. It's our best place to kind of stop and think about what we're going to do next. There's a place with a great view. And Jana heads off. Alright, and now everyone just kind of goes about their business. I like the guy that's kind of in the cloak that went out the door up here. You can actually check this out. You can kind of follow him. There's not really anything to do here, but in fact, I think if you go into this room, maybe not. We can talk to him. Chamber of His Majesty, you are not allowed to go in. Well, here I am. What are you going to do about it? Nothing really in here to check. So, I don't know. I guess he's just some kind of guard or something. Looks a little bit weird. They don't really talk about him, but don't want to get in these guys' way. Let's go ahead and talk to Shauna. Let's see what she's up to. Also, check out that view, right? And speaking of which, yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's one of those things where it doesn't look like we went too far on the world map, but looking at this, it looks like we traveled quite a ways. Yeah, so it looks like, of course, Sandor says it's readying to attack us, but they've pretty much been on the offensive, I think. They're burning down a village. So it looks like Lavitz is going to head to Hoax. That's a town whose name we've heard before. Maintaining the battle line will determine the future of Basel. And the inspirational music kicks in as Dart decides he's going to Hoax. Doesn't want to see any more bloodshed. And it looks like he's putting his quest for revenge on the Black Monster on the back burner. And once Dart makes up his mind, he never changes it. Please meet my mother. Okay, Lavitz, calm down a bit. All those exclamation points, he is really excited, isn't he? Alright, so there we go. We've made up our mind. We can sit here and listen to this inspirational music if we want. You know, if you needed to get pumped up or anything, but he was actually starting to go. He has a little idle animation. He's sort of like tapping his foot if you take too long to start moving again. Alright, so maybe we should check in with the king one more time before we leave. Oh yeah, that's also another question. Why does Dole desire Shauna? It means destroying Celes. Many strange things. Might have something to do with that weird blue power thing we saw. Again, we've all just kind of forgotten about that and moved on. It'll be fine, right? Alright, so now we're done with that. We've briefed the king and we've decided what we're going to do next. Of course, we do need to head into town and meet Lavitz's mother, but we will do that all in a good time. Might as well explore around the castle a little bit first. Actually, I think we're going to go back in town because there's still, you know, a couple little things we want to take care of. So unfortunately, you can only slowly walk down the steps, but, you know. Alright, so let's head back a bit. There's one building in particular I'm looking for. I believe it's this yellow building that we saw over here that we didn't check out. So let's head in real quick. Save point. It might not actually... Yeah, here it is. This is what we want to talk to the bartender here. Spirits? Yeah, I have good ones. 100 gold per bottle. That's a little pricey, but we'll buy it. And we got some good spirits. Of course, that guy down there wanted some drinks, so you may be able to guess what we're going to be doing with this. Alright, so let's go back down and deliver those spirits to that drunk guy down here. I don't know, maybe he's not drunk yet, but wants to be. Smells like spirits. Yep. Behind you. There you go. Well, I'll have it. Don't even get asked or anything, he just takes it. But that does, of course, move him out of the way, so we can now keep going on past him. Up some stairs. This kind of takes us to an interesting little area. We've got kind of a little underground passage going on, maybe some kind of like escape tunnel for the castle or something. Because it leads to all kinds of these little like maze areas down here. It's pretty neat. I like some of the atmospheres of these places, like the rushing water over this little bridge. You know, like it doesn't really make much sense from like a practical perspective, but it's neat, you know? Get a measly 20 gold. Also headed over here. I don't remember, I think, yeah, if we go out here, this is an interesting little thing. There's nothing out here, but we can head out real quick. Can you guess where I am? I guess the big blue thing kind of gave it away. But yeah, we're just at this little area here. There's nothing you can do. You can just kind of walk around here a bit, but you can't. It looks like you might be able to sneak out, but nope, that's it. You just go back. I'm not really sure what the point of that is, but interesting nonetheless, I guess. Alright, so now back the correct way. And you also notice the castle music's going on, so you know we're kind of in that general vicinity. Won't open by hand. I think we need to come here later, actually. Because it looks like, you see there's a little ladder over there on the right. There's kind of a crank that we need to turn, and I believe we have to do that before we can actually take care of what's going on here. So, looks like we have to backtrack a little bit. Again, it's been a little while since I've done all this, so I may have forgotten, you know, the exact order, but we'll get it. Alright, so let's go ahead and explore around the castle again. This is really the only place left besides Lavitz's house that there really is to go. And that'll let us get to that area we were trying to get to before. So it looks like we got some more stables here. Please come through, alright. So, everything's under control. Yep, sure is. Sparkle arrow, there we go. That's the weapon for Shauna that we could have bought at the weapon shop, but you don't want to because you can just pick one up for free there. And I don't know, giving her a little bit more damage is not really that helpful, but it's something, I guess. Let's go ahead and check out what else there is. Some storage up here, upstairs area. I think we want to check this place out first. This is kind of the blacksmith here. Don't come into this sacred smithy shop without permission. Well, there wasn't a sign or anything. We imbue them with our heart. Well, whatever you say. Check inside the fire. Just stick your hand in and he says, ouch. But we do get stardust out of it, so. Also an interesting little place here. Some kind of lab or something. Oh, what did that say? It is a pompous place. This place is so pompous. So we got some training going on. Oh, shouldn't he be like stabbing the dude? Like, I don't know what just hitting your sword against his sword will do. All the time. Right, do you talk? It seems huff huff. The meeting is over. Well, okay. Back to it. Once I get over here, I can't hear him, but... Here we go. Some weird soundproof barrier there, I guess. So yeah, all kinds of different ladders and different compartments we're going to have to look for. So let's see what's on upstairs here. I think we want to just check over here real quick. There might be a chest or something that we can pick up. Or there might not be. It might just be nothing. And yeah, this looks like it's an exit, but it's actually not. It's just those stairs. Oh, okay. I thought I was stuck. Let's hit down the ladder before anything bad happens. And this may be where we need to go to actually get to that little crankshaft we saw before. Yeah, here we go. Let's go and turn this thing, and it should open both of those doors. Nice. So that'll let us get to where we need to go. And maybe all that we actually need to do here in the castle, if I'm not mistaken. So let's head on back down. So let's head back out and we'll go back and try to get to that area again, past where the drunkard was. So let's go. Okay, so we are back, and this time you can see there's actually some open doors for us. Let's check out this ladder first. I don't remember if there's anything too important up here, but there might be a chest or something, so, you know, it's worth checking out. Doesn't take too much time anyway. Yep, here we go. Grab this, and it is 20 gold. Man, you think for all that work you get more than 20 gold. Get on the ladder. There you go. Alright, so now we can actually get on this boat. Let's do so. And off we go. This is a fun little thing. You know, this is one of the things that I always really liked about the older RPGs, is that they oftentimes put a lot of detail into towns. You know, stuff with RPGs that they make nowadays, towns are mostly just kind of hubs with, you know, there's a store, there's an inn, there's whatever else happens to be in the game. Maybe a few people to talk to, and otherwise it's just a place you stop by and don't really think about. But, you know, in games like these, you've got all these little, there's ladders and there's wheels you have to turn to open doors. You take this little boat ride through the city, you know. Like, I guess it was graphically impressive at the time, maybe, but it's just a little thing. And, you know, you just go around. Here's where the drunkard is. You just get to sail on by, and if you look to the left, you will see a drunk man. So, you know, it's just little things like that. The towns, you know, kind of had their own personality. It's something that's kind of gotten lost throughout the years. But, well, under the bridge. That's pretty neat. You know, it's kind of something that's been lost throughout the years, but you definitely got a level of games for that type of stuff. Alright, so eventually we'll reach our destination. Definitely pick get off the boat. You don't want to keep going and have, I mean, I guess you could go through that tour again if you really wanted to. But we definitely want to check this place out. And you can see it doesn't look like anyone's been in here for a while. But if we check these barrels back here, it's covered with cobwebs, but we can get some stardust. That's basically all that's back here, but, you know, if you wanted to get them all, you've got to go through all that. Alright, back on the boat we go, and this will end our tour. Alright, now it looks like we still got a little bit more. It's actually a little longer than I remember it being. It's kind of an interesting water effect. And it's fun to look back at some of the stuff they tried to do to make water look realistic. So that's always been one of the toughest things in games. It's not really been until recently that we've started actually getting it really well done. You know, you look at some of the stuff like Grand Theft Auto 5, I think. You know, there was like a beach or something there that the waves crash against the shore in one of the cutscenes. and it looks really good, so. But you know, this doesn't look bad, actually. It looks pretty good for what it does, so. For a PS1 game, I think it's aged all right. I mean, you can obviously tell it's an old game, but, you know, it looks better than Final Fantasy VII, I'll give you that much. Okay, so we are back out on street level, and now it is finally time to check out this little alley back here. If you couldn't have guessed, this is what's going to lead us back to Lavitz's house. So yeah, it's right over here. There's all kinds of different little alleys you can check out. I think that's just one path that will lead you back to the town square, so it's not really worth checking out. A little backstory on Lavitz here. His father, Servi, is a man of too much integrity. If he had recovered from the betrayal of a dear friend, he wouldn't be dead. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that's something you might not have heard otherwise. Slambert Plaza. It's it's actually dedicated to him. It's called Slambert Plaza. Yeah, totally. He's a good dude. Graham, huh? So that might have been the best friend of Lavitz's father that betrayed him in the end. Oh, actually, before we head in here, I think there's one thing we can grab. We can get this at any time, really, but yeah, if we check in the water well, it's not really a set and start, but okay, we got Stardust. So, yeah, make sure to grab that. You could, of course, get it afterwards as well. I just thought of it, so we might as well. Hey, Lavitz's mother. What about Helena? Don't mention that to her. Even Shauna was like, come on, don't mention that. You brought a bride with you. And Shauna, it's weird because Shauna doesn't really deny it. She's just like, Yeah, he is not. You're wrong about that. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. No, that's not what we said. I am Dart's girlfriend. Well, everyone's just piling up on me here. And there's a weird rogue quotation mark there. I'm not sure what's up with that. And then Lavitz just kind of explains, once she gets an idea in her head, that's the end. It's the only way we can manage her. Alright, well, now that we got that out of the way. Yeah, I know. Ooh, homemade lunch. You know it's always the best, right? Alright, so Lavitz's mom and Shauna go off to cook lunch. Lavitz asks what we can do. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Come on, there we go. Not sure why lunch is not ready yet. What are we gonna do? So we've got a few options. We definitely don't want to help them. I don't know what we would be able to do. Practicing with our swords, probably not the best idea inside of a house. I know we take a nap. Well, that's boring. Show me around your house, man. I'm interested. It's a pretty big place. Walk around wherever you like, and I'll tell you about it. Alright, well, let's start with the kitchen. Can we go in here? Yes, we can. I figured it would stop us. As you can see, it's a kitchen. Thanks, Lavitz. We go like the pantry. There we go. That's it. Thanks for the thorough explanation. We can't get a chest back here, though. 20 gold. Fantastic. So, yeah, that's all there is to see back here. Let's go upstairs. It's his room, alright. Measuring my height. Yep. Lavitz was a kid once. Come on, Dart. And they have their own library in their house. And yeah, Dart also mentioned strategy is kind of his weak point. He does seem to be kind of a swing your sword first, ask questions later kind of guy. Fooling with the ladder here. Whoa, Lavitz is walking on air. How are you doing that? I'll show you my treasure. Ooh, I like treasure. Please take a look at it. You don't have to be so formal. Nice, check that out. That's pretty cool. You know, if I lived in a place like that and had a view like that outside my window with a little roof area here you could sit on, man, I would be out here all the time. Talking about how he wants to be like his father. Yeah, well, you know, I guess that makes sense. So, you know, good little conversation there. The princess needs us. I guess that's one way to say it. You know, that's kind of where Dart's at, you know, the thing where he's been away for 5 years and, you know, I think she said she was 18 now, so, you know, she would have been 13 whenever she left. And 5 years is a long time, you know? People change in those 5 years, especially around that age, so. Pestering him about the bride thing again. Oh, we can talk some more. Everybody get back out. Come on. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Not too much else to do here. Ooh, jerky. My neighbor said she made too much too. How many people are making jerky? Not sure. I guess giving her a hug or something there. A little strange animation, but you know, sweet nonetheless. Now he says, "Why don't we stay for the night?" I thought we had to leave, but I guess we can stay. Dart's like, "Yeah, great." So it's weird, after we said we're ready to leave, we end up just staying the night. And then Lavitz says, "I actually want to take your jerky with me." They get it prepared. Lavitz. Putting off going on assignment in the army just to stay and get some jerky secretly. Alright, well, good enough, I guess. We also want to go back here one more time. Yeah, sure thing. But we want to go in here, and if we check in the right place, there it is, we find Stardust. And if I think that makes all of them that we could have found, yeah, if you found all of them, you'll be at 7 at this point, so pretty much clears out the Bale capital area. Okay, so we have our assignment. I think actually there's one more thing we can get. We want to head back into the house. We want to kind of go back out to the secret area. You may have very briefly seen it when we went back out, but there's another entrance into that little barn over beside his house. So if we can get on the ladder. This will take us back out to where we were before. Again, it's a really good view. I like this place up here. So we can kind of head out this way and jump down to get in here. And then we've got a little beam we need to walk across. Basically just mash X while you're doing this, and you'll just recover every time. It takes a little while, unfortunately. And one more, I think. There we go. Once we make it across, we can get to this box, which gives us Healing Breeze. It's the first time we've seen one of those. We've just picked up healing potions before. But if we take a look, there it is. actually recover half of HP for all. So it's a healing potion, but it works for everybody at once. As you can imagine, that's super useful. It's the first time we've actually picked up that can heal multiple people at once. So this time, let's just go ahead and fall, because it doesn't really matter. And we can head out. Okay, now I think we've taken care of just about everything we wanted to do here, so let's pretty much just make a beeline for the exit. We've got our assignment. We need to be going to Hoax. So that is going to be what we do next. Oh, hello. Well, we were kind of stopped, and you're the one who bumped into me. What Dart said. Behave like a man. Oh, the baby is crying. Yeah, good excuse. Okay, well, that was weird. Yeah, what was that? I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, let's let's actually get going. Alright, so this time we can head down. As you can see, we've got another path to take. If we zoom out, we can see it's going to lead us way down there. We're probably going to have a couple battles along the way, but that will take us down to the town of Hoax, so let's do it. And that battle was just against a couple of bats, so we're probably going to have another one. And that battle was actually just against one of those big green blobs that Dart actually took out in one attack. I'm kind of curious how our additions are doing. I'd imagine Dart's has leveled up because he did like 35 damage. He also got a new sword, I guess, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah, it looks like we're level 3, about to be level 4. We can see we're up to 220% damage, which is pretty good. Spinning Cane is not quite leveled up yet. I thought it would have, but I guess not. Alright, so this is the town of Hoax. It's kind of out here in the corner. It's funny because of the way the world map is made. There's like a big block of wood going down the side, so it looks like it's just on like the side of a table or something. It's kind of weird.